Hey, you guys want to see my video?
Hello everybody, welcome back, it's Friendly Grinder here with some more Diablo action. But before we start, please remember...
Hit that shit!
Drop it!
Hello guys, one more time. So this is the last build on GR115 speed farming build. Last but not least, remember, basically is the Messerschmitt Reaver build with the Bastions of Will set. This build is really snowballing, it's crazy good, crazy effective, crazy efficient, guys. Mandatory on the rings, we don't really need to hit like critical hit damage and critical hit chance. The mandatory here is reduce of the cooldown reduction, so we need to hit those cooldown reduction affixes, and then if we are happy enough to get the ring, as you can see right now, that's good. But on the other one, you can see I reroll affix to have the reduced cooldown of all skills by 8%, because that's, like I said, mandatory. The cooldown reduction is close to the 50%, it's 48, which is good. Can be better, obviously, but it's good enough to run this build. I am happy about that. Obviously, if you don't have the Hellfire Amulet, you can run this build with the Flavor of Time, so then you will have 50% cooldown reduction here, or maybe slightly a little bit more than that. Okie dokie, so I'm just gonna show you guys the build itself. You can just pause the video as always, because I don't really want to dwell any more than that. It's like self-explanatory, to be honest, but I have to mention some things. About the Kenai's Cube, the Mantle of Channeling as always to get that extra 25% increased damage and then 25% reduced damage. Also the Band of Might here to get that, you know, 80% reduced damage for 8 seconds when we are using the Ground Stamp or the Furious Charge. One more thing before I'm gonna finish, that's like the always. Vitality 200 points here, we talking about the 700,000-ish life here. Movement speed as always, max out, rest, dump to the strength. But one more thing before I finish, here's really important stuff here. I'm using the Nerve of Steel. Nerves of Steel passive here. When we getting the fatal damage, instead reduce you to the 15% life. 3 seconds afterward you take 95% reduced damage and are immune to all control impairing effects. Basically you are immortal, kind of it. Then you have the window of 3 seconds time to hit the Wrath of Berserker. This is just some kind of the precaution, because we don't really need to run this, but I just simply put that because I have the Rampage passive on the Hellfire Amulet. But if you're not running Hellfire Amulet, you wanna run this build and you're running Flavor of Time, that still is okay. You can still try out to run Rampage, but if you don't feel like really tanky enough, you can run Nerves of Steel, and you don't really need to run Hellfire Amulet. But with the Hellfire Amulet, it's like crazy snowball, obviously. So one more time, cooldown reduction 48%, physical damage as always 40% more. I think I covered everything. I hope you guys like it, enjoy the clip, and see you in the next one.
Hit that shit!
The girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I like the girls with their nails done. Girls with their girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done.
Hit that shit.